and his shady business dealings with China, which are now under FBI investigation, they were more than happy to hide it for it by making up hilarious talking points like this clown at Politico, who's a frequent member of our show for all the wrong reasons, the infamous Natasha Bertrand, who was more than happy to write this outrageously stupid piece. There it is, Natasha Bertrand, Politico. Hunter Biden's story is Russian disinformation, dozens of former intel officials say. Natasha Bertrand, this is a hilariously stupid person. I'm not kidding. Because I don't want to believe she is a knowing apparatchik of foreign government officials who hate freedom and liberty and freedom of the press. I don't want to believe that. So it's easier for me to believe and easier on Natasha to believe that she's a genuinely stupid person. So that's actually a pass. She should thank me and send me an email or a post on Parler thanking me publicly for calling her a stupid person, because the alternative that she's taking talking points from foreign governments aligned with leftist ideologues who hate free speech, that's really scary, and I don't want to believe that. So the Hunter Biden story was disinformation. I wonder if those intel officials, where they work, by the way, and who, did someone pay them off? Have we looked into that? It was disinformation, despite the fact that we now know Hunter Biden's himself acknowledged that the FBI is looking into the case. Is that disinformation too? They just made that up. So again here, block 2. Are we ever going to get to the truth? Not with Natasha Bertrand at Politico and her apparatchik friends. Here is a great, and I mean legendary, media montage. Now that we know China has tried to influence through their real shame operation, Joe Biden's son and Joe Biden himself, the big guy, we know that now. We know there's an FBI investigation into these matters surrounding Hunter Biden. We know that. Those are facts for Natasha, who has a tough time with facts because she's a stupid person, okay? Which is a compliment. I really mean it because I don't want to believe the alternative. Here is a terrific montage. Hat Tip Media Research Center, Newsbusters. I'm going to cut this into 2 parts. It's a 2-minute montage. I'm going to cut, this is the first minute of the montage of the media, hacks in the media, when they found out the Hunter Biden story was going to blow wide open before the election and potentially influence the election by calling out the Biden crime family. Here's the media doing their Pravda-like Soviet Union best to act as apparatchiks for anti-free speech liberals, doing their best to claim that there's no evidence whatsoever that the Hunter Biden story, despite the fact that we now know he's under investigation by the FBI. By the way, none of these people will be called out by their colleagues because they're phony, fake frauds. Here's them at a montage claiming there's no evidence. Check this out.
I just want to deal in fact, because there is so much speculation out there, and there is zero evidence that Hunter Biden or Joe Biden did anything wrong here.
We should note, again, and you and I have said this in the air many times, there is no evidence that Joe Biden was, involved in any wrongdoing.
Of course, I want to note that there is no evidence that Joe Biden or Hunter Biden has done anything wrong.
I just want to reiterate.
And let's be clear for the viewers.
There is no evidence Biden did anything wrong.
I'll note again, because it's important.
There is no, I repeat, no.
There is no evidence that either Biden did anything illegal.
There's been no evidence. There was no evidence.
There's no evidence. There is no evidence.
There is not an iota of evidence.
No evidence Biden did anything wrong.
There's really
no evidence
that Joe Biden
Did anything wrong.
Nobody's ever accused there's no
Evidence whatsoever that Joe
Biden did
anything wrong.
Got that?
Joe Biden did nothing wrong.
Hunter Biden did nothing wrong.
Well, wait till part 2 here. These people rigged an election. Rigged an election. They knowingly suppressed factual information damaging to the Biden crime family to make sure you didn't hear about it before the election, and they succeeded. You're a very smart audience. You're like, wait, Dan, you were talking about the Hunter Biden story before the election? Yeah, and the millions that listened to this show knew about it. Ladies and gentlemen, the country has 330 million people, and close to 200 million of them voted. Upwards of 30% of those people on the Democrat side said they hadn't heard of the story, and it would have changed their vote. The media rigged this election. Rigged it right in front of our eyes. Now, before the election, what happened is actual evidence started to surface that, in fact, the Hunter Biden story was a legitimate probe into the Biden crime family. The computers surfaced, the photos surfaced, Tony Bobulinski surfaced as a business partner of Hunter Biden saying, hey, I actually had a sit down with Joe Biden himself, Vice President Biden. I had a sit down with him as a potential business partner of Hunter Biden. And I have an actual email talking about kickbacks from the Chinese government, Chinese Communist Party, to Hunter Biden, to his dad, that they called the big guy in the emails, and other emails saying, hey, we're going to keep this quiet. We're not going to talk about Joe Biden's involvement. And when that surfaced, you would think, well, the media clearly showed that they didn't want to be embarrassed. So they retracted all there's no evidence, right? No, they went right to the Natasha Bertrand approach. Again, the stupid people we're talking about. And what did they do? They followed Natasha, because they're as dumb as she is, if not dumber. And they followed on with, hey, okay, there may be evidence, but this is definitely Russian disinformation. This is part two of them. Once they found out there's evidence, watch them flip the script and make it about Russia again because they think you're a moron. Check this out.
Biden secret emails.
A really fishy story.
The Post claimed that the emails were found on a laptop computer that was brought to a repair shop in Delaware in the spring of 2019.
The FBI is now investigating whether those alleged Hunter Biden emails are actually connected to a larger foreign intelligence operation.
They may be related to a foreign intelligence operation.
Foreign intelligence operation.
Foreign intelligence.
Foreign intelligence.
Foreign intelligence operation.
For all we know, these emails are made up.
The information found on the laptop may be part of a Russian disinformation campaign.
Part of a Russian disinformation effort.
Described by many intelligence experts as having hallmarks. All the hallmarks
All the hallmarks of a Russian
disinformation.